So today I want to talk about why I don't play as much Sea of Thieves as I used to do, and what could change in order to bring me back to the game. And it's relatively simple stuff, so I don't want to waste any more of your time than I already am, so let's get right into it. But not really. So the first thing I really missed in Sea of Thieves is that I didn't have anything to come home to. So you played the game all day long, you collected bounty, you collected chests, and you collected everything, but as soon as you logged in the other day, you felt something was missing. Like, you logged in and all you had was a number, and it was your gold, and perhaps some skins that are not even showing when you log in, so you even need to apply it yourself, so it kinda takes down from the progress, and it doesn't feel like progress anymore. So I was thinking about a system very similar to WildStar Online. It was a game a few years back, a good few years back, and it kinda died, but it had a system that you could visit your own island. It was a personalized island. Everything you had on that island was yours. Nobody could enter it without your permission. You needed to invite people over, and it was sort of like your own little thing to get back to. So the fun thing about it was the loot you found inside of the game, inside of the dungeons, inside of creatures that you kill. Everything you could just take back to your home and place it over there. So if you found a chair on a guy, you could take it home and build the chair at home. And I think it will suit Sea of Thieves very much, actually. Which also brings me to the next point, which is the progression of Sea of Thieves. I mean, the progression is what it is. It's just grinding until you're like the best pirate in the world. But it's not filled with that random luck and the random like chance you get on stuff. And we all know it. If you find something rare in a game, you're gonna be excited. It just induces so much endorphin and you just get happy playing it. Like, it drives you to do more, and it just... The more luck is involved, even though it is luck, which is a downside all by itself, but still it feels good to find something that other people don't have, or have a very little chance to find themselves. So what I'm talking about is loot boxes. And hold on, don't shoot me just yet. In-game loot boxes, like free loot boxes, they already have boxes, they are chests, they already have it, it's all in there. They just need to add a little bit of that oomph, that little bit of Fingerspitzengefühl, that little bit of magie, and that little bit of estilo, you know? It's just missing that. Everyone knows how good it feels to unbox loot boxes. It's the best feeling in the world, and when you get something great out of it, you cheer, and when you get something crappy, then you know, fuck! And this also leads to another point which I find a little bit disappointing at most, that the supplies for the ships are very easy to obtain. You can just respawn your ship and you'll be loaded again with supplies, enough to actually just sink a ship or two, or maybe 3 or 4, you know, or more. The fact remains that you spawn and you are as powerful as you'll ever be, because you can stack supplies whenever you want, but it will get boring really fast. So it doesn't feel like an achievement to loot cannonballs. It doesn't feel like you're doing anything useful, because you know you can scuttle your ship and you're back at 100% again. So I was thinking about making cannonballs way harder to find, make anything way harder to find, make them lower in supplies, make it so you can actually get those supplies. And imagine this, you need to get those supplies back to your home in order to store them, so you spawn with nothing. You either buy a few cannonballs of the vendor, which has a limited supply for you, or you just start sailing and going to an island and start collecting the stuff. So that also brings back the loot box story. So imagine you find a chest, you dig up a chest, it has a special mark on it, it's engraved and it says something like, this is loot box, whatever, I don't care what it is, just as long as it is some sort of loot box. You unbox it and it can contain 50 cannonballs, which will be amazing, because you don't have to collect them anymore. You just found them and it feels good to find them. You can find a box with 50 bananas, I don't know. You can find a box that has a cosmetic in it. And with the personal island you can add stuff like furniture or just decorative things. So eventually in this way you'll create a very worthy home. You'll create something that you come home to, you see your loot, you see your gold, everything is visual, like there's a visual thing to everything you do. You stack the cannonballs, you see a giant heap of cannonballs, you stack the gold and you just see like an enormous treasure hole just laying there apparently. And the feeling you got in the early days with Donkey Kong, you walked into that cave and you walked in and he was like, yeah, there's no bananas, yeah, we'll facepalm, yeah. You know, he was disappointing you didn't have the bananas because you were a disappointment, and that's just the truth. So eventually you got further in the game and you stacked the bananas and you walked into that cave and it was just filled with bananas and bananas everywhere, and he was just so happy with the bananas. He was like, yeah, I got bananas, yeah. And it was fun. It felt good. And I think that is the feeling that Sea of Thieves is missing right now. There's no sense of real achievement. Nothing happens when you log in that indicates what you did yesterday. You didn't see a bit of loot that you obtained. You don't see that chest that you brought home. You don't see, I don't know, the bananas that you started hoarding because you felt like eating bananas, and bananas are the best. And just because your friends are limited to 4 players maximum, there's no sense of real social progress in the game. Like adding a guild and with the personal island, maybe able to share it with your guild so everyone could just contribute to the cannonballs, bananas, treasure, and just stack it for your guild. It would be way better all by itself. The game would be more social, the game would be more interactive with your people. Like if you log in and the lobby is actually just your island or your guild's island and everyone is there and you can just talk to them and say like, oh, are you playing today? Well, I am playing today. Are you playing today? I'm playing today. Oh, blah 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 blah. It will be amazing all by itself. So all this combined could make for a very, very, very fun loot progress system for Sea of Thieves, which is basically just a very solid system that people can enjoy for years to come, which now it isn't, honestly. And also, we're gonna move on to PvP. PvP right now is perfect as it is, honestly. I think it's perfect. I think the combat is just simple enough for everyone to grasp and it's hard enough for everyone to master. So that being said, I still think it's missing some kind of reflection on your personality in the game. So if you kill a lot of people, you don't see it. You don't get anything back for killing the people, which is fine all by itself. But if you just slay harmless noobs all the time, you should be punished in between quotation marks. So I was thinking somewhere along the lines of what many people already said, something like the Flying Dutchman or something like a cursed ghost ship. So the more people you slay without being slain yourself, the more your ship changes into a ghost ship. Your crew just gets cursed, you just become a pile of bones slowly, and you're just gonna look like total dreadful shite. And eventually when you're on that level, then people should be able to see it. They see a ghost ship, they know they're just PvP gods or something, and they know there's gonna be a reward coming after they slay the ship. So if they manage to sink a ghost ship, you're gonna get rewarded with a decent chest. The reward is gonna be guild-wise, maybe it's gonna be a personal achievement for yourself to sink a ghost ship, and you're gonna get the cosmetics of a good guy, or you're gonna get the cosmetics of a bad guy with PvP. And all that just reflects on your personality, which also, again, Sea of Thieves is kind of missing right now. All you can be is a merchant guy, or a gold hoarder guy, or just a pirate legend, which means you are just all of that. You're just all of the guys, and I don't know. It doesn't feel like you're personally judged in the game. So all that being said, I don't think just because it's a pirate game you have to play like a pirate. So that was all I was thinking about, and to show you how I think this is gonna play out if they decide to add something like this once, I'll talk you through like a virtual playthrough of the game when you have all these functions. So imagine last night you found a loot box. It was a rare loot box just made for the guild island. So you log in the next day to tell your guildmates about the chest. But instead of having to use a chat or a lobby, you're gonna log in into your guild island. You're gonna appear on the guild island, you see the people standing around you, you've got like, I don't know, 30 guildies. Everyone was just contributing last night, they all just brought cannonballs, bananas, and everything was looking good and supplied. You brought out the loot chest and they were just there watching you unbox the loot chest. So you opened it and inside was, I don't know, a new captain's desk. I'm just saying. So together with the guildies you decide where the desk goes and then you ask them who's gonna go with me treasure hunting now. So you form a party on your guild island and then you get sent out to the world. And over there you spawn at the well-known island that we all know and love. Sort of.